That's not okay. You're not 3. You're more than 3. I've seen all of you. I've seen your writings. Well, Shaima did a classification. She said that thinking about a subject 0, writing about a subject maybe 8. Yeah, sometimes we cannot come up with any idea. But if someone told us, please write about yourself, or please write about global warming, maybe we can write. But yes, finding a subject is another story. How, Uthani, please tell me your score. How do you score yourself from 1 to 10 in writing in English? Very good, Daniel, like Shaima. Oh, Farah, you're more than 5. Way more than 5. MashaAllah.
يتشال حد يسوي ذاته اللي توي دخل.
Yes, I'm asking them, Lean, is that tell me your score from 1 to 10 in writing in English. How much do you score, or what is the number that you score yourself in writing in English? Dana is 8. Yes, yes, you're 8, I think. By the way, Thani, you are very good writers. Most of you here, you're very good writers. I've seen you writing before. Jude Yagmurlin said 7. Jude said 6. I like to ask this question about scoring yourself. More, Abir, you're more than 5. Hiba, you're more than 5. فرح, okay. ثاني التواضع في your skill is not good. All
لا
of you,
معلش لسه شيء سهل.
you're more than the numbers that you have written. You're more than
لا
3.
كتابة رسمية جدا ليست جميلة بهكذا يعني أنا لا أجيدها.
It doesn't have to be. Look, you're writing in another language. I'm not asking in Arabic. No, I'm asking in English. So it's another language. There is many barriers. So we don't have to be writing very beautiful writing. No, it should be good. Good يعني very good spelling, grammar, very good structure. يعني مثلا أنا عندما أقرأ أفهم ما هو الموضوع. No, you're more than 3, Aisha. Okay. Right. So this is about today, inshallah, we're going to take the writing in the IELTS. Just to take an idea about the writing in IELTS and about the time, it's going to be in 2 tasks. Again, you will have 1 hour. Remember, we said that you're going to have 1 hour in the reading. Again, in the writing, you're going to have 1 hour, 60 minutes. But you will have 2 tasks, if you remember. Task 1 is going to be for 20 minutes only, and task 2 is going to be for 40 minutes. Do you think it's a good time? Do you think it's enough to write in 1 hour 2 tasks? Right, let me tell you about the words, because there are counting on words. Do you remember task 1? Do you remember task 1, how many words you have to write? We've taken this before, Ya Ula. Sani. Do you remember? Task 1, when I give you a chart or when I give you a table that has information, and you have to write those information and analyze them in a passage. Do you remember? You don't? Ula, Athani, you've taken this before. Yes, very good, Aisha. Of course, task 2 is more difficult, according also to the time that you'll be given. So it's of course it's more difficult because it's about your opinion. Actually, task 1, you will have to write 150 words. Teacher, are they going to count every word? Yes, they are going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. They are going to count your words. Task 2, you will be given more time, so of course, it's okay, Lama. Of course, you have to write more words, and it's going to be 250 words. Okay, what do you think, Thani? Do you think now the time is enough? That actually at the end of all of your writing, you will be written what? Do the math, since you have your math exam today. How many words at the end of the writing section you will be written? Or you have written? How many words?
400.
Yes, it will be as total 400 words as a total. Okay. Task 1 is easier because you don't have to come with the idea. You already have the idea. They will give you a table, they will give you a chart. We're going to talk about that. It's easier. That's why it's 20 minutes. Task 2, do you agree or do you not agree with something? What is the cause and what is the effect of something? Okay, so you will have to talk more and more. And there is no right and wrong, by the way, in task 2, because it's all about your opinion. Okay, طيب. Now there are some things that, tell me the things that they pay attention to in the writing, when you write. Now they are going to come to the words. This is the only thing that they are going to do. What is the criteria? Are they going to check your grammar, do you think?
Yes.
Yes. What else? Tell me. They are going to check your grammar. And
Spelling.
of course, the spelling. What do you think also, yeah, Dania?
I was going to say also the spelling.
Yes, of course, the spelling. What else? Comma, punctuations. What are those? What are those? When you should write a comma, when you have to write a comma here, or when you have to write a punctuations. What are those? Apostrophe. Yes, Shema.
The kind of word that I used.
Say it again, please.
The vocabularies that I used.
Yes, very good. Also the vocabulary that you use. So punctuations, I already said it. And the vocabulary. Like, what is the meaning? How they are going to see your vocabulary in the IELTS? For example, if you said, for example, like what? Yes, for example, the man is beautiful. What is wrong with this sentence? The man is beautiful.
It's supposed to be handsome.
It's supposed to be handsome. Very good. So there is nothing wrong with the grammar, right? Did I write the grammar correct?
Yes, but the vocabulary.
Yes, very good. When they say vocabulary in the IELTS writing, they mean that the good usage of the vocabulary, يعني استخدام الكلمة الصح. We cannot say a man is beautiful. We have to say a man is handsome. The same thing for a girl. The girl is not handsome. The girl is a beautiful. You see, this is the meaning of vocabulary. But also there is something else. For example, we say repetition. For example, also they are going to make something. If you write this, it's going to be correct for them, and not correct. Sorry. If you said, for example, the car is fancy. The car that I'm using is very fancy. I like fancy cars. What's wrong with this sentence, Sani? What do you think? Is there something wrong with the grammar? Is there something wrong with what? What do you think?
Repeating the same thing every time.
Very good. And what is the thing that I made repetition of in this sentence? The word what?
Fancy cars.
Yes, the word fancy. I've repeated the word fancy many times in one sentence only. The car is fancy. The car that I'm using is very fancy. I like fancy cars. This way, yes, you didn't make any grammar mistake. You didn't make any vocabulary mistake, but the repetition in the IELTS, it will make your writing boring, and also it's not good for them. For them, they will understand that you're not very good in the vocabulary. You don't have many vocabularies. So this will make you lose marks. Okay, طيب. Writing in the IELTS is formal, and so you need to know how to write a formal writing. دائما عندما اعتدنا في الكتابة حتى في المدرسة we write formal writing. Okay, I need to see this video. It's very, very useful. We're not going to watch all of it, just a little bit, but please pay attention.
For your free lifetime account right now. Hi everybody, welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about 10 ways to improve your writing. So let's go. Don't use text speak. Okay, so the first tip to improve your writing is don't use text speak. Text speak. By that I mean, for example, like BRB or LOL or those kinds of words. The words that you use on the internet, like SNS or in text messages with your friends, those very short, like slang words, TTYL or LMAO or those sorts of acronyms, do not use those in your formal writing. If you are writing a letter, a business email, whatever, do not use those. The only one that you can use in a business email, so not in a letter of recommendation, not in a formal letter, but the only thing you can use that's sort of text speakish is the acronym FYI, which means for your information. You can use FYI in a mail to your colleagues, in an email to your colleagues or your coworkers, but usually it's with somebody you have a good relationship with. You can say FYI in those cases. Other text speak, other acronyms like that, don't use them. You will sound immature, you will sound too casual. Not a good idea. Use proper punctuation. The next hint is to use proper punctuation. Proper punctuation. Punctuation, for example, we have commas, we have periods, semicolons, colons, apostrophes, quotation marks, parentheses. All of these are punctuation marks, the little points in our writing that tell readers where to stop reading or how sentences are connected. Using proper punctuation in your writing will help your reader understand you, and if your reader understands you well and you've used proper punctuation, you will also look a bit smarter too. If you're not using proper punctuation, like for example, if you forget to use an apostrophe in a word, it's going to look kind of bad, honestly. For example, if you use the word your, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, if you leave out the apostrophe, if you just write Y-O-U-R-E, it looks lazy. It looks lazy. So make sure to use proper punctuation to avoid appearing lazy. So don't forget your little periods, commas, semicolons, all that. Don't repeat the same vocabulary words. The next tip is don't repeat the same vocabulary words. Don't repeat the same vocabulary words, she says, repeating the same sentence. But don't repeat the same vocabulary words means if you are using like an adjective, a specific adjective in a sentence, don't use that same adjective in every other sentence. Like, try to use different adjectives to describe your points. If you're always using exactly the same words to describe your point, like if, for example, I want to write about cake. If I want to write an article about cake, and I just say, this cake is delicious, this cake is so delicious, I loved this cake because it was delicious, this was so delicious. It's boring.
We asked thousands of our students ليه بدكم تتعلموا اللغة الإنجليزية وجاوبونا to get to the score.
Boring for the reader to read the same word every single sentence, and also you're not really communicating very much. If I just use the word delicious to describe a cake, the reader doesn't understand why the cake is delicious. So give more detail. When you're sharing your opinions, of course this time it's a very simple opinion about delicious cake, but use a variety of different adjectives. Support your arguments with statements that use different vocabulary words. So don't always say the same word to describe something. Try to use a lot of different vocabulary words and think a lot about different adjectives you can use. If this is difficult for you, there is a tool you can use. The English word for it is thesaurus. So many of you know what a dictionary is, a book or a resource to check the meaning of a word. But you can also use what's called a thesaurus. With a thesaurus, you can search for synonyms, words which have the same or similar meaning as other words. So if I look for the word like delicious, I might get, let's see, some synonyms for the word delicious might be yummy, tasty, good, delectable, for example. So there are a whole range of other words that you can use. If you find that you are using the same word in every sentence, try to find a different word. You can use a thesaurus to help you do that.
So here, Thani, I want to show you the website or the dictionary, the type of dictionary she said. It's called Thesaurus, as she said here. If you don't have it, I think they are selling it in Jarir. If you don't have it, it's okay. There is a website, so maybe you will need that in your writing in English, in your subject. So you can just go to this website, thesaurus.com. I will send it to you. Okay, as she mentioned here, you will write any word and you will find the synonyms for this word instead of what? Just saying the same adjective or the same word again. Now we had an example with fancy car. I like fancy car. I want fancy car. We don't want to repeat the same adjective again and again. So we can write just here, I want synonyms. So I write fancy. And I will have the vocabulary that is, as you can see, this color means those are most relevant words for your word. So as you can see, elegant, lavish, those are all what? Adjectives that I can use to replace the word fancy. You see? Okay, do you think this website will be useful, Tani?
Yes.
Yes, I think it would be very useful for you, and it's easy to use. And also you will gain more vocabulary. You will have more vocabulary. I will send it to you here in the chat. Okay, let's continue.
So avoid using the same word in every sentence, or avoid using this repeated vocabulary words. Avoid use of very and really. Okay, the next tip is to avoid the use of very and really. By this I mean, instead of saying, to go back to my cake example, the cake was very delicious, the cake was really delicious, very and really are sort of lazy words. Of course, they're very, very useful. They're very, very useful when we're speaking casually and when we're thinking quickly. But if you're writing and you have some time to think about what you're writing, instead of using a word that's common, like delicious, and just attaching very, like this cake is very delicious, what's a different word that means very delicious? So can I replace very and delicious with one different word? Like scrumptious, for example. This cake is scrumptious. Scrumptious means very delicious. It's only one word. So if you can do this, if you apply a word that means the same thing as very or really plus another word, It's going to level up your vocabulary, and you're going to reduce the number of words in the sentence. So if I say, this cake is very delicious, or if I say, this cake is scrumptious, scrumptious has a much stronger meaning than just very delicious. So avoiding the use of very and really can level up your speech quite significantly. So give it a try. Use transition words and phrases. The next tip is to use transition words and phrases. Use transition words and phrases. So transition words are words and phrases we use to move from one idea to the next idea. So continuing in my cake example, if I want to introduce my scrumptious cake, and then I want to move on to a description of the store that sells that cake, I might use a transition phrase or some kind of sequence phrase to help me do that. So if in paragraph A, I'm talking about my scrumptious cake and how much I enjoyed it and the chocolate flavors and the amazing frosting, I could use a transition phrase. For example, by the way, if you're interested, you can purchase this cake at ABC store, for example. So in that case, my transition phrase was by the way, a very casual transition phrase. Depending on the kind of thing you're writing, you can use different transition phrases. If you're writing an academic paper, for example, when you want to add information, you can say additionally, moreover, furthermore. You can also use plus if you'd like to add information. In addition is another one that you can use. So when you want to add information, there are some transition phrases or some ways to give more information. To describe a sequence, you can say next, then, following that. You can use your words like first, second, third, fourth, depending on the sequence. You can say subsequently or consequently as well. So think about the relationship between the points you're introducing. Think about all these different relationships. How do you want to connect these ideas? So instead of just listing your points, each point, try to think about how to connect those points naturally. So depending on what you're writing, the words you use will change, which is fine, but just think about the way you'd like your reader to understand your information and choose transition words and phrases accordingly. Organize your writing.
Okay, but we will stop here. We're going to continue later about this video. It's a very useful video, Tani. Okay, now I want you to do something just to refresh your mind about writing, just to refresh your hands. I think, of course, you have a notebook. Use your English notebook if you have. Okay, I'm telling you now, you need to write. Okay, I needed to write 5 lines about any subject that you would like to write about. Maybe your weekend. How was your weekend? Maybe about the rain yesterday. Did you see the rain yesterday? Did you enjoy the rain yesterday? Hello, people? Are you here? Yes, Tani?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Okay, use please your notebooks. Write only 5 lines or 4 lines about anything that comes up your mind. Maybe about you said that today you have your math exam. Tell me your feelings about the math exam. Are you ready? Are you nervous? Did you study well? Tell me anything. I will send you now the Padlet link. I need you please to send it to me, to send me your writings. Just a minute. Okay, now I have sent it to you. Okay, for every student who send me her writings, I will give her 5 extra points. You see, for every time you participate in the class, you will get 1 point. For this one, you will get 5 extra points. You know that those points are going to help you in your subject, in your English subject. Okay, 5 lines, writing about anything you want. Come on, Ultani. You have to be used to writing by your hand, of course. I guess in 2 minutes you will be done writing 5 lines.
Teacher,
Yes, honey.
can I write about introduce myself?
Yes, sure. Anything that comes up your mind. Anything. Writing about yourself, or maybe in a much higher level, writing about your feeling for the exam today. Think you're nervous. Write about that. It's okay. Write about the rain yesterday. It was really nice and refreshing. Hmm? 2 minutes have passed. You should be a fast writer, by the way, in a good way, of course. But because, as you know, writing in the IELTS is only 1 hour. First task is 20 minutes, so not a very much time. And the second task is 40 minutes. And also, it's not a very much time that because of writing 250 words. يلا ثانية, I'm waiting.
Teacher, أنا خلصت.
Yes, can you please take a picture of your
طيب.
writing and show it to us?
أوكي teacher, بس أنا فاتحة الحصة باللابتوب عادي يعني كيف أخذ الرابط؟
I don't know. Maybe you can use your email and send it, or maybe you can open your WhatsApp. Can you open your
طيب.
WhatsApp in the laptop?
طيب دحين أسوي.
Who else? Ru'a have finished. What about you, the rest? If you did not come up with any idea, tell me so I can help you. Yes, Tani.
assignment done, but just give me a minute so I can send it.
Okay, thank you, Lama. Maybe Yathani, you can write about the exams. They said that the exams might be before Ramadan. Okay, so tell me your feelings. Do you want it before Ramadan? Do you want it during Ramadan? Okay, we have here Lean. Lean, can you please read what you have written? Okay, let me just show it here. Thank you, Lean. Can you please read it?
Okay. So I never thought I would have good marks at this term, but because we have physics and new other subjects, but it's crazy though. Yesterday I finished memorizing mathematics at 1:30 a.m. because I didn't study at Friday. I studied only at Saturday, so it was a bit stressful for me. I hope I can get a full mark on it because I couldn't surf the net yesterday and play with my phone. I hope it's worth it.
Oh, thank you so much. Of course it's worth it, Yaleen. Of course you're going to get the full mark and it will worth it. Thank you so much, Lean.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for writing this. Thank you for not forgetting the apostrophe. You see, we're talking about the apostrophe, we're talking about commas, punctuations. Yes. Who else? Very nice writing. Who else? Come on, Thani. Okay, here we have Farah. Yes, Farah, can you please read it?
Yes. Today I have a math exam, and honestly, I am nervous, not because I didn't study well, but the word exam became a nightmare for me over the years.
Very good, thank you so much. Of course, I think for every exam, even if it was the easiest exam, we still are going to be nervous before the exam, right? Okay, one thing here, Farah, when I say I didn't study well, well as the adverb is going to be with what? What do you think?
With E.
Yes,
With E,
very
yes.
good. Yes, very good. You know that. Very good. Well, with E. Well here? No, it's the auxiliary. Okay. Let's see who else. We have Ru'a. Thank you, all of you. Ru'a, can you please read it?
Today I have a math exam. I feel nervous because it is the first exam with a new teacher. I don't know how her question, but I hope it's easy.
Thank you so much. Very good. Very good concern. We always have this concern, Yathani. Whenever we have a new teacher, we always concern about what? How her questions are going to be like. Right? All of you, Thani, do you have this concern? I think all of you, you have the same exam. Yes, all of you, we have the same concern. Very nice writing and very nice way to express your feelings, Ru'a. Thank you. Yalla Lamu. Yes, Lama, I want just to show it.
Okay. How am I feeling today? Honestly, I'm kind of stressed out. I have a lot of things to do, such as my homework as well as my exam later on. Also, I have to study for my big important test. I am very excited to take it, and hopefully the day is going to be a productive day as I wish it goes.
Thank you so much. Very good also. Thank you, Lama. So Lama, your concern is about the test also as well, the exam that you're going to have. and also because you have a lot of things to do. Yes, I think all of you now you have your projects. The teacher have told you your projects, right? Their projects, sorry. So
Teacher, can
maybe
I ask
that's
you a
why.
question?
Yes, honey.
Is it okay if I put like how I am writing? Like how am I feeling today?
Yes,
And
of
a
course.
question mark? Okay.
Yes, of course. Yes. Okay. Yes, Miss Mona said everything is good, just we have to pay attention to the handwritings. Yes, as also even for the IELTS, yeah, Thani, your handwriting it should be very neat and it should be very clear in order for the examiners to read what you have written. So who else?
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم Miss Pat.
وعليكم السلام
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله
How are you
وبركاته.
everybody?
We're good, alhamdulillah. How are you, Miss Mona?
Alhamdulillah. Very fine. Thank you very much. Also, I wanted to say, just like you have said, that in the IELTS examination, of course, for the writing, as we have said before, it has a great marks and a very somehow long time to write, which means that even if your idea are very good ideas, but your handwriting is unclear handwriting, it means that you are going to lose. So just take care about the handwriting, your handwriting, okay? It's perfect. Who was the lady? من كانت الطالبة?
Lama. This was Lama.
Yes. MashaAllah. She was fluent in her ideas. She was fluent and she was reading smoothly. Yes. Only the handwriting. Okay. That's good. I love it very much, Lama.
Yes. Very good. MashaAllah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Muna. Also here we have Rahav. Rahav, it should be more than 3 lines. Yalla, Rahav, can you please read it?
Yes, I feel nervous today because of the math exam, although I studied at the weekend, which I think will help me to pass the exam.
Thank you so much. I hope, yes, it will help you to pass the exam. I feel nervous today because of the math test, although I study at the weekend. Also, pay attention here, Tani. I want to show you something here. Sarah have written test, I think, with capitalizing the T. Now, is it correct or incorrect, do you think? Do you think that I can capitalize a word without any reason, just in the middle of the...
No.
No,
I think
of
it's supposed to
course.
be small.
Yes, I cannot just anything I can just put capitalize. Do you know what are the things that I should capitalize? For example, I want to write Shayma and I write the name Shayma like this. Is it correct?
It should be capital.
Yes. What should be capital, ya Shayma?
The first letter.
Yes, only the first letter should be capitalized. What else do you know? I want to write the city, Medina. Is it correct?
No, it's supposed to be capitalized.
Of course, it should be. Again, the first letter should be capitalized. Do we have something else? Yes, the name of cities, the name of people.
Names of cities, places, and subjects, names.
Subject names, yes, physics, I think, and chemistry. I don't know, I'm not sure about this. But name of people, name of cities, countries, all of those things should be what? Capitalized, of course. Okay. Type. Who else? Let's see. I think someone else have sent us something. Rizan. Okay, let's see. Yes, Razan, did you send the picture? Because it's not showing here. Okay, yes, Razan, can you read it?
I'm going to share with you readers the book I've been reading since the past few weeks. And it's such a great novel. It's talk about crime and serial killers. I know that some of you will think it's a scary subject, but I'm in love with the unusual thoughts. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm excited to find out who's the killer.
Very nice, and your voice is very nice, mashallah, Razan. You can be a narrator in a movie. You can be also a reader for the novel, ebooks. You can do that, mashallah. Okay, also here, very nice writing, yeah, Razan, mashallah, tabarakallah. Just here, by attention here, you said that I'm going to share with you readers the book I have been reading since the past few weeks. Since the past few weeks, are we sure that we can use since here, Thani? It could be for the past few weeks.
For.
Yes, and also here, and such a great novel. I think here we should have two things, a subject and it should be, and it is. Now I'm referring to the novel, so I would say it is such a great novel. It, without the s here, it talks about, and I added the s, it talks about a crime and, I don't know it, serial killers. There's a spelling mistake here. It talks about crime, maybe you can say that. Yeah, and serial killers, I know that some of you will think it's scary. It's a scary subject with an A. Okay, but I am in love with the unusual thought. This is a very nice thing. I'm in love with the unusual. It's like a quote. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm excited to find out who is the killer. Very nice, mashallah. Thank you so much, Razan. Can you tell your friends, is it an English book, Razan? Is it an English book?
Arabic.
It's an Arabic book. Okay, nice. Also here we have Ghala. I hope it's clear. I don't know how to change. It's not clear like this. Do you know, Thani, how I'm going to change this picture to make it clear? Okay, let's read it.
Teacher, do you want me to read it?
Yes, please. I need you to read it. Yes.
Okay. I feel so nervous because of the current situation of COVID-19. So I hope that everything will return as it was in the fastest time.
Very good. Very nice. Yes, we all hope to. We are very tired of this COVID-19. So you said that. I hope that everything will return as it was in the fastest time, you mean, right? Right? You mean the fastest
yes, teacher,
time?
I made a mistake here.
Yes. Very good. Thank you so much. Who else? So we have read all of you. Thank you, all of you. Let me just give me a minute. I will just here write your names because I promised you for 5 points.
Teacher, I wrote, but I cannot put it in the pad.
Oh, can you read it for us, Shema?
Okay. It's about an unusual job.
Unusual what? Say it again.
Unusual job.
Dog. Okay.
Can you believe that a person can get paid to sleep? Well, that could be a dream job for lots of people. A professional sleeper is someone who gets paid to sleep. They generally do this as a part of scientific research where scientists analyze their sleep patterns. I think it's a nice job for those who likes to sleep a lot, but for me it could be boring.
So your idea is about, sorry, I didn't, say it again, please.
It's an unusual job, a professional sleeper.
Unusual dog, you said? I couldn't hear you.
What's her name? Miss Wad, what's her name? That lady?
Shayma.
Shayma. I love it very much. From where did you get the information?
I made the research one day.
And that's perfect. That's perfect. I love it. I love it. To sleep.
Thank you so much, Shayma. Thank you.
Did you get the idea, Miss Wad?
I did actually.
Yeah. Because you will never ever think that one day just sleeping is going to be a good job. So you can go to a researcher or a doctor or someone who is studying something, and you can tell him, okay, I can sleep for you, and you can do all your researches on me. That's perfect. I love it, Shayma.
Oh, mashallah. Nice idea. Thanks so much, Shayma. Okay, Lama, Leen, and Ghala, and Dru'a. Where is your name? I'm trying to find your name. And Reza. Okay, so I think we have to stop here. Thank you so much, all of you, Thani. Thank you for writing. Thank you for participating. Okay, from next class, inshallah, from next meeting, we're going to start with task 1. We will write together. So please, you have to prepare your notebooks. You have to prepare your pens. I need you to write in pens, not in pencils. Okay, I think we are old enough to stop writing anything in pencils. Okay, and it would be more clear. So please bring out your pens, your notebooks, your English notebooks. You can use them. Okay, so we're going to have exercises and we're going to write. Okay, any question, Thani? Do you have any question?
تحضري؟
Who's talking?
بعلمة سوف تحضري؟
Yes, sure. I'm asking you. Do you have any question before